social media. Oh, my God. Little spit came out of my mouth, but I apologize. Why? Because there's a little bullshit going around here in fucking Texas, and I unfortunately caught it. That would explain my voice, though. So, hey, it is what it is. Ain't no days off. If there is one thing that the military taught me, unless you are sick or dead or on your deathbed, you are still going to do your job. Well, hey, I ain't sick. I physically feel good. The only thing that's bothering me is my throat. So I'm still here today to do this show, to do what I love. Yeah! Let's get fucking into it. Now, as always, do not forget to click the link in the description of this video and be sure to follow me and the big man I'm about to bring on all other social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Yes, we make TikToks, baby, and it is sports related. Now, I would have worn my Navy Hoo-Yah True Victory t-shirt, but a little certain somebody on College Sports Villain got me into the idea of rockin' Cobra Kai, baby! Now, speaking of True Victory, there's also a tab in the link of the description of this video. If you click the link and you click the tab that says True Victory, man, oh man, do they have a surprise, or do they have a bundle of t-shirts, hoodies. They even have a first responder collection of EMT, firefighter, state trooper, police. The list goes on and on. So all you got to do is click the link in the description of this video and make sure you click the tab that says True Victory. And the code is also in the description of this video as well. Use code No Mercy Sports 15 for 15% off your entire purchase. True Victory, baby. It is veteran owned and veteran operated. Let them know I sent you. Now, because UFC 306 is tomorrow night, to quote the famous Bruce Buffer, who is arguably the greatest I don't know what the hell he is. But to quote Bruce Buffer, and now it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. And at the end of this episode, you will know whose game this is, with everybody saying, No Mercy Sports. Let's get into it, baby.
Nobody can stop me now.
Let me talk to you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Oh my God. Another week here, another week in the books, and another Friday that is here right now. The best fucking day of the week. And SmackDown is on right now. Couldn't get any better than it already is. Oh, wait. Yes, it can. Why? Because I got a guest joining me here today. You know I don't do this shit alone. He's big, he's spicy, and he's got some big and spicy takes. Could have sworn his intro was on here, but here he is. And man, is he going to have some spicy takes. You're not going to want to miss it.
It's time for Mac's Spicy Picks.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What it do, baby? What it do?
Glad to be here. Glad to be here, man.
Of course. How's your week been going, man?
Like shit, but happy it's over now.
Yeah, I could not relate to that anymore. But let's get underway with the first topic of this episode. We got a lot of football talk that we need to talk about. We're going to get some into baseball next week, but that's next week. We're talking about this week. The first week of the NFL is officially in the books, and what a crazy week it was. Not only did, after a crazy game between the Ravens and Chiefs, where the Ravens literally lost by a fucking toenail. Oh, Isaiah, if you had some smaller feet, the Ravens would have won.
No. If you don't go for it at the 50-yard line on 4th and 6, okay? Like, hands down, I'm sorry. Like, we wouldn't have been in that position if we wouldn't have gave him easy points. We gave him easy points.
I mean, hey, it's the first game of the season. We got to get some first game jitters out of the way. It is what it is.
Yeah, and Mark Andrews was nowhere to be found.
Hey, look, at least Isaiah likely stepped up and did what needed to be done.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But if you look at his stats, most of them came from the fourth quarter.
True. I really think that the Ravens should have stuck with Derrick Henry. 13 carries for 46 yards. The amount of times that Lamar Jackson threw the ball, that's how many times that Derrick Henry should have been carrying the ball.
Yes and no. Like, we touched on this a little bit yesterday. But, again, like, that's not why we brought him here. We didn't bring him here to be a bell carrier. Like, that's not the whole reason why. Like, I mean, I'm just being honest here. As a Ravens fan, we knew what we were getting with him. We knew he's going to run the ball north and south. He's going to run the ball every game at least 10 times. Understand that we have Justice Hill. Now, I know he's not a household name, but if you're a Ravens fan, you're a football fan, you know who Justice Hill is. He's the one that's going to be catching passes out of the backfield. He's our scat back. And if you watched him, he blocked Chris Jones one-on-one and held up for, a good 2.5, almost 3 seconds.
So wait, what's the dude's height and weight? Because I know Chris Jones is up there.
I mean, he's probably like 5'8", 5'9", maybe 150. Well, no, he's probably about $180, $190.
Wow, and that dude held Chris Jones, who's probably 6'5" plus, damn near over 300 pounds, and he held that dude.
Got a delivery.
Oh my God, that is insane. But look, the Ravens and Chiefs wasn't the only crazy game. Oh, what do we got here?
The letters THC.
Ooh, you dirty dog!
More goodies.
Ooh, you dirty dog! Oh, I hear you, wifey. I hear you. Oh my God. But
have you ever seen my wife?
No, I don't think so. Hey girl, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi. Nice to finally meet you. Oh my God. But look, the Ravens and Chiefs wasn't the only crazy game that we saw on Thursday night. We had a game or NFL game on Friday night that actually took place in Brazil, of all places. Now, Brazil don't.
Plush slippers.
All you're missing is a Baltimore Ravens robe, and you could be a Baltimore Ravens version of Hugh Hefner, my guy.
Just a little bit.
Now, I know that Brazil knows football, but I'm talking about soccer. They don't know American fucking football and how much it means to us when it finally rolls around. So, aside from the Ravens Chiefs, what a way to kick off the 2024-2025 season with the Eagles and Packers in Brazil. The final score of the game may have read 29-34 in favor of the Eagles. And sure, Hurts finished 20 for 34 with 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, and also 2 interceptions. Not to mention, Saquon finished with 109 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns as well. Shit! The fucking conditions. Everyone was running around and falling on their asses. You would have thought they were playing a football game on a slip and slide.
So again, you have to think of how big are the average size, or what's the size of the biggest soccer players out there?
Oh yeah,
most of them don't weigh more than 200 pounds. And 200 pounds is definitely pushing it because most of them probably weigh about 180.
Oh yeah,
right? So
they're like
light-footed,
teetering on 200 pounds easily.
Yeah. And versus football, where you have, most of these guys are over 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're talking about the linemen and shit like that. Like, I'm surprised they didn't do more damage to that goddamn field. Now,
yes,
could have been prepared better, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as far as like you're playing in a soccer stadium, you're playing on soccer turf. It's what to be expected. Like, I mean, and if it wasn't, then that's kind of like on you a little bit. Like these are things that they talked about the turf. They talked about because it's partial grass, partial turf.
Okay,
and it being a mixture. There's a couple NFL stadiums with them in there, and it's funny because both of their stadiums have that type of grass. Now the difference is you have the NFL who manicures that grass, who like it has strong roots, strong hold. It's very, very good, very durable, top of the line. We spend millions of dollars a year. Well, the NFL spends millions of dollars every year to keep those fields top notch. I used to be in production. I used to do shows. I used to build stages for a living. When I tell you that they are grass Nazis, okay? At every fucking stadium, baseball stadium, football stadium, like seriously, they're guys that'll sit there for a whole show, and it'll be like 10, 15 of them that literally just watch you. As soon as you drop something, you better pick that up. You better pick that up. It doesn't matter what little thing it is. Because literally, and I had a guy come over and tell me, like, you understand, you drop that screw, you lose that screw in this grass. Our $10 million outfielder runs back here, trips, falls, lands on that screw, steps on that screw, and literally you're costing us millions of dollars in revenue. Because of your mistake. So
I mean, look, in my opinion, watching that game, the field conditions were absolutely crazy. However, though, in some unfortunate news for the game, towards the end of the game, Jordan Love would be helped off the field due to an injury while taking a sack from the Eagles. Now, backup quarterback Malik Willis would step in, but he wouldn't be much help in trying to contribute to a comeback for the Packers.
I mean, he had one shot at a Hail Mary. That's not like, you know what I mean? You got one play, G. One play.
Now, assuming that Malik Willis remains the starter for the Packers while Love is out, let's assume 4 to 6 weeks. What does this mean for the Packers going forward?
Nothing. It means nothing. Okay? I will tell you this, and I believe in Matt LaFleur.
Yes.
Okay? I believe in Reed. I believe in Watson. I believe in Dobbs. I believe in these guys. These guys don't need you to throw the ball 30, 40 yards down the field accurately. You only got to throw it 5 to 10, 15 yards at the most. These guys will get open, and they will get open quick. Now, can you hit them in stride is the big question that I'm asking.
Yes.
And I think Malik Willis, with a whole week to practice, and he's there's no reason why he shouldn't. Okay.
Yes.
The Green Bay has a decent offensive line. They've got a running back in Jacobs.
Yes.
I mean,
I was just going to say they do have Josh Jacobs in the backfield.
I can put it to you this way: like anybody, any quarterback who's worth their salt that can't put up at least 20 points with that team, with that offense, then you know what I mean. You weren't meant to be in the NFL, bud.
No, for sure. I completely agree. I mean,
I don't think he's going to go put up 30-some point games. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying I think they would be okay with the defense that they have, the offense that they have, with Malik running as being the main quarterback. I truly feel like he should win the winnable games. Now, the hard games later on the season, if Love comes back, then awesome. If not, then like again, you gotta help your quarterback succeed. You have to know what your quarterback does well. You cannot just expect a quarterback to come in and you be like, listen, this is what you're going to do. I don't care if you're not good at it. Get better at it. Wrong.
Absolutely.
That is wrong.
Yes.
You turn around, you conform your playbook, you conform your personnel around that quarterback. Because here's the whole thing. If the quarterback's not happy, if he's not comfortable, if he's not feeling confident, you're fucked. You're going to lose.
Yes. Absolutely. I could not agree more. Now, with Malik Willis, obviously he's going to be taking some practice reps and more than likely starting in week 2. If he actually finds some ground under his feet and he does what he needs to do to keep the Packers in contention, not only in the NFC, but also the NFC North, when Jordan Love returns, man, Matt LaFleur is going to have a good time rotating Jordan Love and Malik Willis in and out because
there's no rotation.
Guys know what they're doing.
There's no rotation. If Love is healthy, Love starts. I'm starting Love all day long. I would never split between any quarterback. I know that it has worked in 2 instances in NFL history. But again,
I was going to say, I don't know. Like, look, the Denver Broncos could have been arguably the greatest team of all time had they kept Tim Tebow when they brought in Peyton Manning. Because you have a quarterback that can attack the sky and then being Peyton Manning, and then you also have another quarterback who can attack the ground being Tim Tebow. And that dude was Taysom Hill before Taysom Hill. The man was running with bad intentions.
The problem, like with Tebow, the problem was he didn't play a good system. And by saying that, I mean this. Guy is great to go out there and run a game. He can run a game for you, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want a quarterback that you're going to be able to, as a coordinator, call that play, he's going to go in there and he's going to execute the play that you called, that's Tim Tebow's not your quarterback. He's not.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it like, well, yes, Peyton could attack the air, but when it comes to the ground game, they did have some good running backs in the backfield. But, I mean, Tim Tebow, the way that he was, man, he could do some damage on the ground.
Yeah, but, I mean, let's be honest here. Like, as a Ravens fan with Lamar Jackson, do you think I'm comfortable with him running for 100 yards a game? No. Don't get me wrong. If it's open, take it. Yeah, 100%. But do I want to see him have designed run plays where he's actually supposed to run the ball that play? No. No. But I understand that's the players we have. That's the players that we have. Now, again, I mean, and it's the same thing. Like Tebow was ahead of his time. I feel like if Tebow was playing in college right now, like even in the last 2 years, if he was coming out of college with what he did, he had the same career, same numbers. He'd be coming out now. Yeah, there would be teams that would build around Tebow. He's a gamer,
easily.
So they would go find gamer wide receivers. That's the whole thing. A gamer can be really good for you, but the problem is if you don't have an offensive line that understands what he's going to do, and if you don't have wide receivers that understands what he's going to do and what he likes to do, like you have to have all these things in gelled motion for him to come out there and you'd be able to say, look, you know what I mean? These are the 4 plays that I want. I want you to run. You know, if you see something different, you can change it, but then go back to my plays. You know what I mean? And
right.
There you go run the game. That's what you would do with a Tebow type person. Like that's exactly what it is. But take Peyton Manning for the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay? Peyton Manning, no, you're going to have to give him calls. You're going to give him calls. He's going to make audibles. He's going to make changes. But you give him the call. You give him the call. That's the type of quarterback, and that is essentially what every team dreams of. as a quarterback. Somebody who's going to go in there and he's going to execute everything that coordinator wants him to because he's so football smart. He dissects every play. He can dissect every defense. He knows every little piece of every little thing. And it is. Some people, like myself, I can sit here and I can watch football for hours and hours and hours.
Right.
I love football. That's the type of guy he is. Tebow is kind of like the guy who loves playing football.
Very true. I was going to say, when you were talking about Peyton Manning and how much he loves football, it goes back to Monday night when it was Peyton and Eli doing commentary, I believe, on ESPN2, and they brought Bill Belichick on, and Peyton literally goes to a whiteboard and shows Bill, hey, this is what the Niners are doing. This is what they're running. This is an easy-ass play. This is what I was doing against you when you had Tom Brady under center. I mean, you cannot script anything better than when it comes to the Manning brothers on Monday Night Football.
I don't know. I look forward to the Kelsey brothers.
Ooh, yeah, that'll be fun.
Because we're only about, years away from that. Bless you.
Oh, yeah. No, that's going to be a good time. But we're going to take a trip from Brazil all the way to Chicago. Why? Because Chicago fans couldn't keep them out of their mouths and were hyping up Caleb Williams like he was the second fucking coming of fucking Jesus. Now, it is so great to have college football back, but it's also great to have the NFL back as well. It's only a matter of time before college basketball and the NHL are back as well. Two very physical sports, and you love to fucking watch them. But for right now, I'm just happy that the playoffs for baseball are here and right around the corner. But for right now, football is back. There's plenty of baseball left to be talked about, but for right now, we are going to talk about the game that happened on Sunday. The Chicago Bears versus the Tennessee motherfucking Titans. And Caleb Williams, seen as the savior quarterback for the Chicago Bears franchise for years to come. Now, he had a decent showing in the preseason this year, but hey, preseason is preseason. Not to mention the little shit that he was after the draft. Oh, hey, let me get a stock of the Chicago Bears draft. Let me get this number so I could be the only player that wore this number. I mean, come on. That's a story for another day. However, what if I told you that during the Bears-Titans game, the Bears would win the game 24-17 without a single offensive score, and the defense and special teams practically did all the work? Well, get ready for a spit take because that is exactly what happened. Caleb Williams.
The bitches.
Yep, Caleb Williams. He finished the game against the Titans, 14 for 29 with, I shit you not when I say this, for 93 yards and a QBR rate and a QBR of 55.7. But hey, at least he had 10 nails painted too.
I mean, hey, he made Deshaun Watson look good. And
That's
hard.
That's
hard.
He did.
But
regardless of the stats, though, and how the game was won, was it just first game jitters for Caleb Williams, or will we see any progress from him as week 2 rolls around?
I mean, the whole thing is, at the end of the day, you still have to remember this, okay? No one understands the speed of the NFL until you get to the NFL. Okay, even the preseason, don't get me wrong, preseason, you got some dogs out there. You got some dogs out there that are really, really fucking trying. But you got a lot of guys that are just going out there. Bless you. And
Oh no, it was a cough. Sorry.
oh, it's all good. But yeah, no, I mean, you got guys that are just going out there to get their practice reps in. So
Yeah.
as far as like I'm concerned, the preseason, just lets me know, okay, this person is still moving, this person's looking all right, this person's looking ready. All right, everybody's checking the boxes. That's all the preseason is to find those special team guys, to be honest, especially nowadays. It's really to find the special teamers and for the guys on the cusp of actually making that 53-man roster. It's the difference of being the fourth cornerback and the third cornerback. You know what I mean? And same thing, wide receiver, every position. It's that same way. You have guys that start the preseason, they're the third string guy, but somehow by the end of preseason, they win the starting job. So
somehow, some way. I mean, hell, Giants quarterback. I'm sorry to cut you off. Giants quarterback Tommy DeVito won the backup position over Drew fucking Lock.
I mean,
and it makes sense.
Drew Lock was basic as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he you know what? I'll say this, and he reminded me of Kyle Bowler, just enough to make you think he might be good, but just sucky enough to where he'll never make the fucking playoffs.
Well, wait, what about Trent Dilfer?
Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl with us.
He won the Super Bowl, but I mean, come on, he had the weapons around him. And, I mean, look, it says it in the background. The defense did what they needed to do. They were the bullies of Baltimore. God damn it, I need to watch that.
Hold on. Can you name a wide receiver from that team?
Hell no. I was 10 years old when the Ravens won that Super Bowl.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Most people, if you're not a Ravens fan, most people can't name any wide receiver.
I was going to say, the only person I can really name is Shannon Sharp.
Exactly. And Brandon Stokely is the next notoriable person that people know.
Oh,
besides Jamal Lewis.
Shit. Of course, Jamal Lewis.
And then guess what? The little known person that really helped us get there, Priest Holmes.
What?
Yes, Priest Holmes was with us the year we won the Super Bowl, and then he got the contract with Kansas City, and then everybody knew who Priest Holmes was when he went to Kansas City. Yeah, this is eye-opening for you, ain't it? Right?
It is. That's crazier than when Corey Dillon went to the New England Patriots and got his career revived under Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and who was it? Tyrod Lewis was our other wide receiver, Quadre Ishmael. That's what I'm saying. Like you're talking about a bunch of unknown ass guys.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of unknown ass guys. Okay. And Mike Flynn. Mike Flynn was one of the best offensive linemen we had that year. And my man can't even sniff the Hall of Fame.
I was going to say, you're forgetting a true legend that's in the poster behind you, and it ain't Ray Lewis.
Oh, well, hold on. We're talking about Saragusa. That's defense. He's the defensive tackle. We were talking offense. But, yeah, I mean, the whole thing is if you've got the right mentality, okay, and you have the right defense, so what does that mean? What does that mean for the Bears? Okay, so right now you got a rookie quarterback. Obviously, he can't read a defense yet, okay?
Yes.
This is obvious. So what do we do when we know he can't read a defense? Okay, so you're going to run the ball, you're going to throw some easy screen plays, and you're going to throw slants and fades.
Yeah.
You're going to keep it, a three-dimensional. It's three-dimensional. Okay, it's super easy. Don't overcomplicate things. Things should be super simple.
Yeah.
And I mean, for them not to do this, most teams should do this. Anytime you get a rookie quarterback, I don't give a fuck if he's taken first overall or in the fucking 7th round. You get a quarterback, like you should start simple, okay, and work into the complexities of what you want them to learn. Now, everybody's not on the same speed. There's guys that come in the NFL and you can give them a 15-word fucking cadence for every fucking play. All right, and I don't give a fuck to remember 15-word cadences and have to know 300, 400 of them. You know what I'm saying? Without missing a beat. That's fucking hard. I don't care what you said. That's hard. Over a season, you will have to remember all of these throughout an entire season because some of these plays will get reused. Some of them get thrown in the fucking trash. And then
we even saw Tua Tagovailoa. We even saw Tua Tagovailoa go over a play when he was doing a press conference, and it was like, bro, oh yeah, don't worry, we're gonna talk about him next week. Hey, did he close your parlay though?
Huh?
Did he close your parlay last night?
No, I lost all parlays as soon because he only had 130 passing yards.
Oh my god! And it was over 200, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
plus it was I needed 200 passing yards from him.
And
he got his rushing yards. But at what cost? At what cost did he get those rushing yards? And then two. Why didn't he just lay down? Why slide?
The even more ironic part was that he went into Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, that was just stupid coincidence.
If that isn't the definition of fucking irony.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not so much irony as it is just like I said, it's just fucked up. All of it is fucked up, bro.
It really is.
I mean, because it's essentially like this is the second time in my lifetime where I've had to watch a quarterback that I fucking loved watching and he played amazing is going to have to fucking leave the game way too early.
Yep, absolutely.
And Andrew Luck, I'm sorry, like you don't understand. Andrew Luck was the first quarterback that was like, that's my guy. Yeah, I'm talking about every year on Madden. My first pick is Andrew fucking Luck. Fuck Tom Brady. I didn't give a shit about Tom Brady. It was Andrew motherfucking Luck. And guess what? My number 2 pick was a left tackle. My number fucking 5 pick was a right tackle. My number 6, like bro, I would purposely, I would get a bunch of mid-ass motherfucking receivers, veteran receivers. My offensive line would be stacked. My linebackers, my defensive line, and my cornerback. Safeties, doo-doo. Because I mean,
absolutely.
I would just pick the fastest safety that was available. It didn't matter what his overall was. I just need you to be fast so I could run around the field and use them.
I mean, hello, it's common sense. All right. So let's get back to Caleb Williams. Now, the reason I think that he struggled so badly was because he was a quarterback out of the University of Spoiled Fucking Children. Much like the University of Alabama, USC is a literal West Coast version of Alabama. They know how to produce every position in the NFL except for a fucking quarterback. Carson Palmer is the only one who actually had a successful career in the NFL. What did Matt Leinart do? Like, come on. I mean, this ain't rock. You're not in the Pac-12, Caleb Williams. You're not at USC. You're not a Heisman Trophy winner anymore. You are going up against guys. You're going up against guys that know how to read an offense. You're going up against guys that are like, oh, you're trying to do this? Well, guess what? We know how to counter that. You're a fucking bum. And unless you don't get your fucking shit together, you might as well have draft bust painted on your fucking nails, because that is exactly what you're going to be. Now, I'm going to assume that they lose to Houston because that's who the Bears are playing. But next game, if the Bears lose, whoever that opponent may be, Caleb Williams might as well get draft bust tattooed on his fucking forehead.
I'm gonna have to do an Andrew here. Not so fast. Okay. So again, I unfortunately had to pull Peyton Manning back into the argument again. Peyton Manning had one of the worst, statistical rookie seasons. He's got the most interceptions for a rookie. Okay. A lot of bad shit. Okay, a lot of bad shit.
I mean, debatable.
But am I saying he could beat Peyton Manning? Fuck no, not a fucking chance. But what I am saying is, all rookies have a bad season. Well, most rookies, okay, the majority of them. And that's what you have to remember. Even look at Kyler Murray. What the fuck? Like, he had games where it was like, bust, 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 bust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's more focused on Call of Duty, though.
I mean, that's after week 8, okay? That's after week 8. Let's focus on before week 8 right now, okay? We're before week 8. But you get what I mean, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, he's playing like shit. You don't seem as if you were worth the number 1 overall motherfucking pick. But in that same seat, I'm gonna say this as being one of the most important person on the field for offense. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. I will say this, okay? This was a big learning curve for him.
Oh yeah,
he got to see it. And he got to feel the pressure. He got to understand that this is a grown man's game.
Oh, so, absolutely.
With what he did and everything, like I expect him to put up an offensive touchdown.
Okay, so that's a shootout that the Texans had with the Colts.
No, it's not going to be no shootout. There's okay. I'm just being honest here. I don't see any way that this could be a shootout.
Sorry, I'm watching WWE right now.
I know. I can see your glasses. Like when you turn your head towards the TV, I can see in the side part of your glasses right here that you're looking at the TV.
Yes, sir. The OG Tribal Chief put them ones to the sky. Roman Reigns is here, baby, on SmackDown.
Nice. But
yes, I mean, let's continue though.
Caleb Williams he's going to have a bunch of opportunities to improve. Now, whether he does or not, that's completely up in the air. Me personally, from what I've seen, I didn't have a lot of draft stock faith in him. I didn't have a whole lot of faith in him. He looked decent in the preseason, but again, like we said, like I said, the preseason is just checking boxes. That's all you're doing.
Yes.
So now let's see. Can you go forward? Can you win? Can you take care of business?
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I mean, look, we're in the regular season now.
If the defense can put up that many motherfucking points, I mean, does he really have to?
I mean, look, Will Levis, yes. Will Levis was under center, and the Titans did have a 17-0 lead.
Jimmy Man 2.0. but the later years, apparently.
Ooh. Now, yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, could he be another Jim McMahon? But look, the only thing I know is that Chicago fans are desperate for a quarterback. They're desperate for a franchise quarterback, and they are so freaking desperate for another Super Bowl. Hell, the Chicago Cubs might find their way into the wild card by the end of the month. That's another conversation for next week. But for now, we are going to take our first commercial break. We will be back in less than a minute. Man, do I need to check that website out. Maybe I can find a signed Eli Manning jersey from when the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 42. Because in my opinion, that is the greatest Super Bowl of all time, and it's not even close. But speaking of the Giants, oh, God, a team who had reached so much prominence with Eli Manning under center, winning 2 Super Bowls in a span of 4 years are now a complete and total joke. Jesus! Now, I actually had some confidence, keyword, some confidence in quarterback Daniel Jones, mostly because when he came to the Giants, he was going through a coaching carousel. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. He was going through a rough time. Coaches were going in and out the door like it was a revolving fucking door. And on top of that, it was basically Saquon Barkley and the Giants. That was it. That was literally the New York Giants. Their entire offense was based around Saquon Barkley. Now, enter Brian Daboll. His first year as a head coach, Daniel Jones actually looks good and actually looks like he deserves a contract extension. And the Giants get to the playoffs. They beat the Minnesota fucking Vikings. Literally the next year, Daniel Jones gets a 4-year, $160 million contract extension, and he tears his ACL. Now it's 2024. Saquon Barkley is on the fucking Eagles because, God forbid, the Giants actually want to pay him. Jones is healthy, and they have some decent players at the wide receiver position. First game into the season, the Giants are playing the Minnesota Vikings, and with Sam, I see ghosts, fucking Darnold. Now, despite the blowout of the fact that the score was 28-6, Daniel Jones, the irony of this game, would go 22 for 42 for 196 yards, but 2 fucking interceptions. Now, can the Giants bounce back after this embarrassing loss, or is their season over already?
I said it before the season started. I think New York is going to have the worst record in the league this year.
Wow, worse than the Panthers?
Yeah, that's what I predicted.
Yeah, no, it really wouldn't surprise me.
This is what I'm going to say, right? With the Panthers, okay? All they have to do is literally put an offense together. That's it. They have all the pieces in Carolina. They've got a decent offensive line, okay? Just nobody knows what the fuck they're supposed to do. There's no clear direction. Like, yeah. How do you go get Deontay Johnson from the motherfucking Steelers and only throw to him twice?
I mean, hell, they have Adam Thielen as one of their wide receivers.
2 targets, 2 catches, and it's like, are you serious? Like, this guy with the Steelers, he averaged 5 catches a game, 5.
And he actually has some good catching. He actually has some good catching practices for the fucking Steelers.
So look, at the end of the day, all of this is it's rough with these quarterbacks. I know it's week 1, but here's the whole thing: is there's a certain level. To me, if you're a mainly passing quarterback and week 1 you don't break, you know what I mean, that 200 cusp, and then the next cusp is 150, and then if you don't break 150, alert, and you're almost on the cusp of alert. So I mean, Daniel Jones, I don't know what's going on with you, brother, but I mean, dude, you and there's pieces there. There's a couple pieces. You have Robinson. You got the neighbors, Malik Neighbors, right?
Yes.
You got Slayton there. You have. I mean, there's people, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, but
Singletary, I believe, in the backfield, who actually proved himself to be a decent running back.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, I was just talking about wide receivers.
Yes.
Like, he's got somebody to throw to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing. Now, are they getting open? I mean, yeah, some of it is on the wide receiver. We know this. But at the same time, as a quarterback, it is your job to make checks. It's your job to make an audible. It's your job to see what the defense is doing and beat it.
Yes.
That's your job as a quarterback. If you can't do that, then you're not doing your job as a quarterback.
No, I completely agree. I mean, look, the way that the score was when Van Ginkel got the pick six, I mean, the dude could have watched Godfather 2 for all I fucking care, and he still would have gotten the pick six. Put fucking Tommy DeVito in at that point because Daniel Jones is sucking. Yes, I know it's week 1, but the dude sucked last week, and it wasn't even close. So, like, if you were to tell me, oh, hey, pick a quarterback between Daniel Jones and Caleb Williams, I'm more than likely going to go with Caleb Williams.
I ain't that crazy. But, I mean, see, but that's my whole thing is, okay, you need a player to physically be able to do what you need him to, and be talented enough to excel at it.
Yes.
Okay? But at the end of the day, and that's what a lot of people don't like, is you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have a coach that can use you and put your talents to good use, it doesn't really matter. And at this point, like I said, me personally, it's a shame that New York doesn't go get a coach, especially an offensive coach. Like that's the market you're in. You're in the market for big names, marquee players. This is New York, baby.
Yep.
So why are you doing this? Like, dude, I mean, like I get it. You got to cut your losses.
Yeah.
Sell them, trade them, fucking get some of the money off of your fucking books, and then just pay off the rest. Here's my whole thing: is the best thing is. What is it? 3 years? You'll be getting hit with dead cap space for 3 years, and by like you go draft you a quarterback this year. You go pick up like I mean, there's only a couple people in this league that I actually like as backups. Most of them I really don't like.
I mean, look, like I said, I would really accept the second string quarterback being Tommy DeVito as the starting quarterback because the dude had a Linsanity type of run. He got wins over Washington. I know they stunk up the joint last year, but he got a win over Green Bay, who would go on to the playoffs and blow out Dallas in their home stadium. Like, the dude was actually getting wins for the New York Giants.
So I'll say this, though. I think if Jair Alexander would played that game, I think that would have been a lot more competition. That's it. Just like that's the only negative thing I can say. I'm not saying nothing bad about your boy Tommy. I'm just saying
it's all good. It's all good.
Missing your best cornerback off the field, kind of, it burns a little. But
hey, look, for me being a Giants fan, that was easily the highlight of the season. With Jordan Love under center and playing like, hey, I deserve a contract, and the Giants. Green Bay comes into East Rutherford, New Jersey, and the Giants beat them with Tommy fucking DeVito. And on top of that, I mean, look, if you look up Tommy DeVito's agent, and you couldn't script this any better.
I've seen it all. Don't get me wrong. Like, I appreciate him. I think he's a good kid. He had quite a few good games, right? But I also watched him have a really bad game.
Yes. What was it against the Saints?
I don't remember. I remember having to turn the channel because I was like, yeah, exactly. It was cringeworthy.
Yep. No,
my team. I don't need to cringe for somebody else's team. So switch the channel. But nonetheless, okay. Yes, Tommy DeVito. He has some talent there. Now, whether the coaching staff and the playbook will help put that talent out, you don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you want to see it? Hey, bro, if Daniel Jones has another game like that, I don't see why we shouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I could not agree more.
I'm going to say this. You got to give them at least a couple games of the season to see where they're at. Because you've all seen it, it's that thing in football, man. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. Right now, they're not. But here's the whole thing. If they get hot and that defense gels and the offense starts clicking and you have guys, like, again, it's not like you guys have to put up 35 points a game to win. Your defense is good enough to where if you score 28 points, you'll win pretty much every game.
Right. No, and I completely understand that. I know it's the first week and everything like that, but at the same time, with a quarterback like Sam Darnold, who has basically shit the bed ever since he came to the New York Jets, there is no way that the Giants should have lost that game. I know that the Vikings have Justin Jefferson as their main guy. Addison is another guy at wide receiver, but at the same time, there's no way that the Giants should have lost that game in the fashion that they did.
I mean, listen. I saw it coming. I did, and that's the crazy thing because again, I'm be real with you. If I had 2 Justin Jeffersons on the field, you clone him, put 2 of him. I can go on I can go to the NFL right now, and I'm gonna throw for fucking 3,000 yards in a season.
Oh yeah, easily. No, hey, look, I don't blame him. I do not.
I promise you, not one of my passes will be over 10 yards.
Oh, yeah. And Justin Jefferson is going to hit the fucking gritty when he goes into the end zone every fucking time. Okay. And it ain't even close.
So that being said, like let's be honest here. Sam Darnold is finally literally in the best position he has ever been put in. Understand this. He went from a bad Jets team that started to get better, and they started to get better. But the problem was they had a Swiss cheese offensive line. Okay, so now you don't really have nobody to block for.
God, who was that wide receiver? I want to say Robbie Anderson, who would have a game every 4 weeks.
Yeah, and Anderson was trash. Fucking
yeah.
What is his name? It started with a C. His last name started with a C. He was like the main wide receiver for the Jets for part of Sam Darnold's time because he was also Joe Flacco's target with the Jets.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to go deep in our bag on this one. Oh my god. It might come to us. Here, I'll try and look it up. All right, so he went to the Jets in 2018.
Crowder, Jamison Crowder.
That's it.
Yes. So, I mean, again, you're talking about a very one-dimensional type of offense. It's run the ball. Hope to God we can throw the ball.
Yeah.
Run the ball. Hope to God we can throw the ball if it's long. Or run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Now, some teams like the Ravens, bro, that has been our bread and butter for years. Okay?
Yeah.
We will
and it works because you got head coach John Harbaugh.
Honestly, I can tell you, like, we've won more games by running the ball than we ever have trying to air that shit out.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
hell, that's the reason that the Giants won their 2 Super Bowls in a span of 4 years. They had Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw in the backfield, and it was a literal definition of a 1-2 punch. You had Ahmad Bradshaw, who was speedy but also powerful, and then you had Brandon Jacobs, who was basically Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry, and was just like, hey, I'm running. I'm 6'5", 265 pounds, but I'm a running back. And I'm going to make sure that if you try to test me, you're going to get ran over.
So I will say this. I am like 60% on board with the Vikings making it to the playoffs. As soon as Love went down, I feel like that's going to give him because it could be up to 6 weeks,
yeah,
possibly longer.
Yeah.
So that gap Minnesota's going to have. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Green Bay were to lose more than 3-4 of those games, and Minnesota in that gap wins 3 or 4 of those games, I mean, like, if Minnesota is up by 1 game and somehow beats Green Bay, so they get to tie.
Sorry, SmackDown is on right now. They're showing former people that used to be on WWE. They just showed one of a kind, Rob Van Dam, and then the camera went to Vicky fucking Guerrero. Excuse me. If you know, if you're a WWE fan, if you know, you know.
Wipe that spit off your face. No, I remember like I watched from, I want to say around 97, 98 is when I started with WCW and with WWF.
Yeah, when Stone Cold was on the come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Look, I believe A&E does WWE biographies and rivalries and everything like that. The behind the scenes is just pure perfection.
I've seen them all.
Oh God, the Stone Cold one might be the best because it was like, bro, you were on the verge of getting kicked out. You took the biggest gamble on yourself, and it paid off in the long run.
Yeah. So what is it? It's Hulu and HBO Max has a bunch of WWE content.
Ooh, all right. I know Hulu has like repeat episodes of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. HBO Max, I'm gonna have to check that out for WWE content.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's documentaries. It's got all the rivalry stuff. It's got the, searching for the lost memorabilia. It's got all kind of it's got a few other things. It's got all the what is it, behind the ring or behind the curtain stuff, and then it's got
like behind the scenes type stuff.
Yeah, where it's just interviews about what happened at such and such events, and then some docuseries stuff.
Oh, then, awesome. Love it.
What is it? The Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've seen that. I know you've had to seen that.
I think the one I saw was about Chris Benoit.
Yeah, I think it's got 4 or 5 seasons on there.
Ooh, man.
Yeah,
okay.
It's all the juicy stuff, all the big juicy, headline stuff. It's got all the information about all of it. It's
that say less. All right,
that is a Saturday gone.
Oh, easily. But I'll tell you one thing. Saturday is for college football because it is here. Now, speaking of college football, there is some sadness in South Bend right now. The Notre Dame fucking Fighting Irish, one of the top football teams in the country. Looking over their schedule leading up to the season, it seemed as though they had no losses on their schedule. Enter Northern fucking Illinois. A school that has had some decent seasons over the years. I believe that's the case. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But essentially, a punching bag for top 25 teams. Now, here's where things get really, really spicy. Notre Dame really paid Northern Illinois $1.4 million to come down to South Bend and play in Notre Dame's stadium. Little did we know that Northern Illinois would walk out with not only $1.4 million richer, but they would also walk out with the biggest upset in their program's history as they would upset Notre Dame 16-14. Now, is Notre Dame able to bounce back from this huge upset loss, or did their chances of getting into the college football playoffs go down the drain?
Yeah, they gone. They gone. They susceptible. Like, I'm sorry that I mean, look, bro, you can't lose like that to them.
To a MAC team.
Like, I mean, like, listen. They say every dog has his day, but
the dog had his day that day.
It wasn't supposed to be his day, okay? And the fact that it did, it sucks.
It does.
Sucks. It sucks. But yeah, your season's over.
Oh yeah.
No, you understand that loss right there is enough to pump any fucking good team up. Are you kidding me? They lost to them. Oh, let's go. We're gonna eat.
Oh my God! I will take Boise State over Notre Dame in the college football playoffs. Oh my God! Now I know for a fact that there are not one but two people who are expecting me, probably still expecting me to crash out because of this loss. No, that ain't the case. Now, yes. Was I upset that Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois, a team that they should have decimated? Yes, I am upset. However, the college football fan in me is like, hey, you know what? Good for Northern Illinois. I didn't have this on my bingo card. Northern Illinois goes into Notre Dame and upsets them? Hey, good for y'all. I'm not even going to lie. Like, for real. Good for Northern Illinois. That was a hell of a game. However, to those two people, I got to say this. Notre Dame lives in y'all's fucking heads rent fucking free. You would have thought they were the Dallas fucking Cowboys. Now, to one other person, I hope you're sitting down watching this, eyes peeled and ears open, because whether you want to or not, let me talk to you. You said, and I quote, I would literally give my kidney to see Northern Illinois upset Notre Dame. Well, guess what, baby? Guess what, Victor? I got some connections in fucking New Jersey that can make that fucking thing a reality. Do not test me, my guy. I'm from New Jersey. I know some good fellas. How's that kidney transplant going for you? IKEA doesn't assemble itself, you know. But no, I really real talk, I got to agree with you. Notre Dame's chances of making the college football playoffs is easily down the drain. Even if they beat Purdue in convincing fashion tomorrow, there is no way that they make the college football playoffs. Now, will they make a New Year's 6 OG Bowl? Yeah, absolutely. But there's no way that they get into the college football playoffs. They're like I said, Northern Illinois walked out of that stadium $1.4 million richer and with a big win in their program's history, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
hey, that's
if they lost that game, guess what? They're going to lose another game. And then they're going to lose another game. And then they probably going to lose another game. So they just went from, maybe a 1-loss team to definitely a 3 or 4 loss team.
Yeah, possibly. Like, there is definitely some cracks in the shield for Notre Dame. I'll say this, though. Notre Dame will still get the win over the University of Spoiled Fucking Children.
I mean, listen. Don't get me wrong. It's a 1 in a million chance. But look, this could be an ass whipping, and they could win every game the rest of the season. They could end the season being one of the hottest teams out there.
Yes.
But understand, to understand this though, they could not lose another game.
Yeah.
Like the only way they're going to be in any type of power, anything, any type of anything, and we're talking about the end of the season because it ain't gonna happen. They would have, like I said, they ain't gonna be talked about for at least 4 or 5 wins.
Absolutely. We will see how the season goes, but man, oh man, the fact that Northern Illinois is actually in the top 25 rankings, much like they got the win over Notre Dame. I didn't have that on my 2024 college football bingo card. Oh man, what a crazy week last week was, not only for the NFL, but also for college football. Speaking of both sports, we are going to take our final commercial break, and then we're going to make some college football and NFL predictions. We will be back in less than a minute.
Icy Breeze is the world's first portable air conditioner and cooler. A premium ice cooler that doubles as an eco-friendly portable air conditioner. This is not a swamp cooler, just blowing air across ice. Over 60 parts and components allow Icy Breeze to achieve what no other product in the world can do. The secret behind the Icy Breeze is an innovative design that circulates chilled ice water through a heat exchanger in the lid, replacing the Freon used in most ACs. Fresh air is drawn from hidden vents in the top of the cooler, pulled across the exchanger, and chilled down to 35 degrees cooler than the outside air. A 3-speed fan control delivers Icy Breeze's dry, cold air up to 25 miles per hour, just like a car AC. And a stay-put flex hose directs the breeze in any direction. Wherever you need it, Icy Breeze helps you beat the heat.
Now, if you live south of the Mason-Dixon line, man, is that cooler going to help you on tailgate day, tailgate game day? Whether you're an LSU fan, a Florida State fan, University of Miami, the list goes on and on. You are going to need something like that. But speaking of college football, it is time to make some predictions. Now, there's some games that are going on right now for tonight. We got UNLV at Kansas.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm pulling it up now.
Yep.
Kansas is currently winning. I thought we took Las Vegas, but I don't remember. No, we didn't do this game last night, did we? No, we did the Arizona-Kansas State game. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, we did Arizona State and Texas State.
So from what I'm looking at here, yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and say Las Vegas.
Ooh, okay. Next game up for tonight, we got 20th ranked Arizona at 14th ranked Kansas State.
I'm going to go with Arizona because that's what I said yesterday.
All right, fair enough. Now, to get things kicked off for Saturday, we got 4th ranked Alabama going into Madison, Wisconsin to take on the Badgers.
No, I'm going to Alabama.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Now, I heard on ESPN Radio this is a game to watch, mostly because of how last week played out. 13th ranked Oklahoma State would go into overtime and get the win over Arkansas, of all teams, who looked like they were poised to win. But Oklahoma State came out with the win. 13th ranked Oklahoma State goes into Tulsa, Oklahoma to take on Tulsa.
Oklahoma's going to win that game.
All right. Now, this is a game that we talked about. 16th ranked LSU goes into Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks.
I'm going to take South Carolina for the upset.
I'm going to take South Carolina as well. Like, look, I get it. The program is LSU, but Brian Kelly is a fraud. There's
Well,
no
whatever.
tiptoeing around.
Listen, what do they say? Defense wins championships.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
want to see this defense win a championship.
Couldn't agree more. Now, after an embarrassing loss to the University of Texas, Arkansas State comes into Ann Arbor to take on 17th ranked Michigan.
Probably Michigan.
I'm going to have to go with Michigan as well. Like, this is definitely a bounce back game that they are easily going to have to win.
I mean, I hope it's easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hope so too.
Win would be scary right now.
Oh, yeah. I hope it's easy too. All right. So, next game up, we got Memphis going into Tallahassee to take on the Florida State Seminoles, whose season has been embarrassing since losing to Georgia Tech.
I'm not even gonna lie, I have no clue.
I'm gonna have to take Memphis, and Florida State goes to 0-3.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, but I haven't watched any Florida State games because listen, if you only watch a couple, college games, and somebody's saying they suck, I'm not gonna watch that game. I'm just not. It doesn't make sense for me to do that.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, next game up, we got 24th ranked Boston College after their win over Florida State going into Columbia, Missouri to take on 6th ranked Missouri Tigers.
Missouri's the favorite in this one, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks that way by 14.5. And the over-under is 52.5.
Well, I'm taking Boston College.
All right, good pick. I'm taking Boston College as well. That's a good pick. I mean, Missouri. I mean, I know they had a good season. What was it, a year or two ago? But I mean, come on, y'all are in the SEC. Like, the SEC is the standard for college football.
Listen, if you can move the ball down the field, you got my vote of confidence.
Fair enough. All right, so next game up, a team that shouldn't be ranked this high, but somehow they are. Number 9, Oregon, goes into Corvallis, Oregon, to take on the Oregon State Beavers.
This should be an easy Oregon win.
It should be, but I mean, the 2 games that Oregon has played, they win by 10 points over Idaho, and then on top of that, they barely escaped with a 37-34 win over Boise State. So, I mean, if Oregon is able to keep up with them, I really see no reason why Oregon should be in the top 10.
I mean, I'm not going to debate that with you either. But unfortunately, wins are wins, baby. Wins.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll take Oregon as well.
Like, I don't care if you win by 1 point or 50.
Yeah.
This is W.
Hey, look, it don't matter if you win by 1 point or 100 points. A win is a win.
Exactly.
So I completely agree. Anyways, next game up, we got Ball State going into Miami, the Hard Rock Stadium, to take on the number 10 ranked Miami, a.k.a. the U.
I didn't bet on that game. I have no clue who.
Miami is looking at negative 36.5.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the spread now. I mean, I guess you'd take Miami.
Yeah, I'll take Miami. And on top of that, Cam Ward is looking like a Heisman Trophy winner right now. So, but next game up, this is sure to be a good one. We got Tulane, unranked Tulane, going into Memorial Stadium of Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners.
Okay. Let me say this.
Go for it.
Tennessee, Georgia, Texas, Miami. One of these teams that I just mentioned will lose tomorrow.
Ooh. Georgia?
Listen to me. I've done this.
Yeah.
I've done this for I did it like 3 times last year, and I've done it last week, and I did it the last 2 weeks. Okay, now I'm looking at the same fucking thing. So the night before, okay, and it's always it's on Friday night after 9:00.
Yeah.
All of these bets will stay locked for hours on every app. Okay. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna sit here and they're gonna look and they're gonna be like, all right, they're at the last minute, they're gonna open the bet lines for like 30 minutes, right? So sometime in the next hour, they'll open it up. Whoever most people bet on is who's gonna lose.
Interesting.
Now I named the teams. You guys can go back and replay it and run them again. If none of them lose, okay, no problem. Theory busted. We're none the wiser. But if one of those teams lose, gotcha.
Yep. No, for sure. Well played, my man. Well fucking played. All right. So next game up, we got. This is a reasonable ranking for Notre Dame. Hell, if anything, they should be outside of the top 25 after their loss to Northern Illinois. 18th ranked Notre Dame goes into West Lafayette, Indiana to take on the Purdue Boilermakers.
I bet on Purdue.
Ooh, okay. You know what? I can honestly get behind that. I really could.
I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It was just like I lost. They lost last week. I bet on Notre Dame to win. And
Yep.
They lost. So it's kind of one of those things. Like, okay, you showed me last week. Let's see you play this team.
Yep, absolutely. Like, what can you do against this team?
Now, by no means have I seen any of Purdue's games this year.
Yes,
but for it to be a 7.5 point spread, Purdue's going to be good enough. Now, are they good enough to beat them, or are they just good enough to lose from them? Or is Notre Dame going to get their ass up and act like they're the 16th ranked team in this country?
Right. No, I completely agree. This is definitely going to be one of those watch type of games because Notre Dame suffered a very serious upset and they need to bounce back from it.
Big time.
Oh yeah. All right. So, speaking of Notre Dame, Texas A&M suffered a loss to Notre Dame in Kyle Field, arguably the most hostile environment of college football stadiums. Now, Texas A&M goes on the road to Gainesville, Florida to take on the Gators. Now, in my opinion, this is a win that the Florida Gators need.
I mean, fuck the Gators.
I'll get behind that because, hey, look, if Florida loses this week, man, we could see Bill Napier out the door by Hey, look, the point is we can see Bill Napier out the door of fucking Gainesville because Florida sucks that bad. All right.
I mean,
so
Texas A&M's definitely going to beat them.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely taking Texas A&M as well. All right, so next game up, we got a battle of Washington. We got the Washington State Cougars going into Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies.
It's a 5-point game.
Yep.
And the over-under is 54 points.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to bet on either one of these teams, but I will. I would take that under. I would take that under.
Okay. So between Washington and Washington State, who are you taking?
Neither one. I wouldn't take neither one of these teams. But what I would bet, I would bet against them scoring over fucking 54 points. That's what I would do.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
Go home team. Washington.
Fair enough. All right. So we got news that Cam Rising, the quarterback of number 12, Utah, is out for 6 to 8 weeks. And ironically enough, we got a battle of Utah as the Utah Utes go into Logan, Utah to take on Utah State.
Utah State is the home team, right?
Yes.
Utah State has their quarterback hurt?
No, it's Utah.
Okay. Utah State!
Hell yeah, I'll take Utah State as well. All right, so we got next game up. We got 5th ranked Ole Miss going into Winston-Salem, North Carolina to take on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. This might be an easy win for Ole Miss. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh yeah, Ole Miss should win.
Oh yeah. Next game up, we got surprisingly undefeated, we got University of Texas San Antonio going into Austin, Texas to take on the Longhorns.
Wow.
Yeah, another easy win for the Longhorns, unfortunately.
Horns up.
Yeah, but also horns down. Anyways, after that, we got surprisingly undefeated Vanderbilt at Georgia State in Atlanta, Georgia.
Fuck that. We strapping in. All right, bro. We strapping in. Let's go, Vanderbilt.
Okay, yeah, I'll buy that. All right. Now we're getting into some of the juicy stuff. We got number 1 Georgia going into Lexington, Kentucky to take on the Wildcats.
Georgia.
Yeah,
Sorry.
easily.
Sorry, Georgia.
Yeah, no, ain't even close. Next game up, we got Northern Iowa going into Lincoln, Nebraska to take on 23rd Nebraska Cornhuskers.
I mean, Nebraska.
Yep. After the whooping that they put on Colorado. All right. So after this game, we got New Mexico going into Auburn, Alabama. Auburn confirmed that they are going with a different quarterback for this game.
Hold on, trying to find the games.
Oh, you good?
All right, what was the team?
New Mexico at Auburn.
Fuck. I mean, Auburn's offense. Can they score points?
I mean, maybe with a different quarterback, they might be able to.
I mean, it says they should do it's a 26-point spread.
Yep.
I mean, that's I don't trust them enough.
That's fair.
I mean, I'll take Auburn, but I'd take Auburn by 3.
All right.
6 points.
All right, fair enough. All right, so in a bounce back win that Mississippi State needs to win, we got Toledo going into Starkville, Mississippi to take on Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yep.
But what is their record? Do you know the record?
Yeah, hang on. They are currently 1-1.
What's Toledo's record?
Toledo is 2-0.
Oh, I'm going Toledo.
Ooh, okay, an upset. I like it.
I mean, it doesn't sound like much of an upset. I know. I heard somebody talking shit on the panel yesterday. Somebody talk shit on Mississippi.
Okay.
So
right.
I'm going against Mississippi State.
All right. I love it. I'll take an upset as well. I'll take Toledo over Mississippi State. Ironically, Mississippi State is in the spread for 10.5 points.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it pans out tomorrow.
They're gonna lose by 3.
Yeah. Now we can make predictions about how tomorrow is going to play out, but it's all about how things go on the field tomorrow. Now, Colorado got decimated, and I mean decimated by Nebraska last week. Now they go into Fort Collins, Colorado to take on Colorado State.
I mean, they should win this game.
Yeah, they really should. We'll see what happens, though. But if they lose this game, all hope is gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
I mean, how long is Dion really staying there, though?
very true. It's only a matter of time before he walks out the door. Now, yes, he does have a son at quarterback, and he does have Travis Hunter being a two-way player, but you can only do so much with that. Other teams are picking up, but Colorado is basically putting down.
Again, that is the saddest part of it all.
Mm-hmm.
You are Deion Sanders. If you can't promote to get dogs to come play for you, like shit.
Like your name alone.
I know if my son got the call and said, "Hey, you gonna come play for Deion motherfucking Sanders?" Guess what? He'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like your name alone should be enough to attract the amount of talent that Alabama has.
No, I mean not right off the bat. Like again, like he's still got to be a good coach. The problem is like he has a lot of player tendencies. Okay, and people who are not players have problems with that. Because when they get to look inside the locker room and they get to hear the locker room talk, they don't like what they hear because they couldn't handle it. Right. Now, some people, they can't handle it like that. And I get that. Not everybody learns the same. Not everybody works the same. Okay? Now,
very true.
But certain people, you know, when you get in that type of environment, if you can't handle being yelled at every once in a while, then – you don't belong there. It's like any professional sport, especially when it's all men. Like things are going to get inappropriate. Things are going to get rough and physical sometimes. Things happen like that.
Right.
If nothing ever happened like that, then that means. And I hate saying it like this because I see so many of them videos of dudes saying stupid shit.
No, go ahead. Say it.
It's like having a team full of beta motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
No. Fucking talk to them. Let them know what's up.
Like, I mean, come on, bro. Like, you gotta have dogs in there. You gotta have guys.
Yeah.
You also have to have mindful guys. Respectful, responsible guys. Guys that'll call motherfuckers out.
Yes.
But then you also got to have a couple crazy motherfuckers, bro.
Completely agree. There's this little thing going around called accountability, but Colorado seems to lack that.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But again, for me, it's just like, Dion marketing to the wrong, crowd at certain times. And it's just like,
yes,
right now, you have talent. You have tons of talent. Okay, your positional players are great.
Yes.
Right? Some of your defensive players are pretty damn good too. But the whole thing is like you sitting there. I heard an interview, and he's like, "Yeah, for my defensive linemen, I want the single parent kids." Like the single mom, you know what I mean? I'm an offensive lineman. I want them 2-parent homes. No, fuck all that shit. None of that shit makes sense. Like, bro, you go find guys that can go out there and block and run a system that you run. That's it. And then what you do is you find kids that have the best characteristics for it, and then you teach them how to run your system and make them better and better and better. And that's what coaching is. You trying to make somebody better at doing something.
Yes.
Bam.
Fucking talk
it.
to him.
So,
Now, this was one of the things that we talked about on College Sports Villains last week.
Yeah, I said a little more cut dry. I was like, look, man, you need to go get some white boys on that offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Get some big corn-fed white boys. Let's get some big white boys to block for Shakir. Give him more than 2 seconds, okay?
Absolutely. And there's definitely more than enough of cornbread white boys in Colorado. But the one thing that Colorado lacked that Nebraska took advantage of was depth. Because, like I said, Deion is basically building around his son and Travis Hunter. You can't do that. You need some fucking depth. That's exactly what Nebraska had. And the score speaks for itself.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue, man. And it's the truth. It's like his son is super talented.
He is. I'm not taking that away from him.
Yeah, his play calling, it's not bad. But the problem is the execution of his game plan. Now, I will say this, though. Again, I reiterate this all the time. If you know you're having trouble as a coach with players not being able to execute what you want, you have to then change to what they can do to help you excel. If you're not willing, like you cannot expect a player to do something that he's just not able to do.
Right.
So you do with what you have.
No, for sure. All right, so final game of the night. This is more than likely an easy pick. We got Kent State going into Neyland Stadium of Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the 7th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers.
I guess it's going to be Volunteers, man.
Yep. All right. Now, we got college football out of the way. Let's make some NFL predictions. First game up. Kicking off, we got New Orleans Saints, who decimated the fucking Panthers, I believe 47-10 in New Orleans, going into Arlington, Texas to take on the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yes. Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
But yeah, Cowboys are going to win this. Give me CeeDee Lamb for 5 catches, at least 40, 50 fucking receiving yards.
Yeah, I'll take that. Now, for some odd reason, Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay, in my opinion, just seems to work. I don't know why, but it just does. However, Tampa Bay has a game that is definitely going to be a good one as the Buccaneers go into Ford Field of Detroit, Michigan to take on the Lions.
Give me the Buccaneers.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll take an upset. Give me that. Now, I told my lieutenant this when I went into his office. The Indianapolis Colts go into Lambeau Field of Green Bay, Wisconsin to take on the Packers. I got the Colts on this one. Why? Because they're missing Jordan Love.
Yeah, it's like a blind man out here. Yeah,
Yup.
of course,
Yeah.
even a blind man can see that shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
I mean, hell, even the
yeah,
fact that Anthony Richardson launched a 60-yard pass off his back foot after slipping against the Texans of all teams.
look,
Oh, man,
I'm
the
not even
AFC
lying.
South is definitely going to be fun to watch. But
Who's
speaking
the
of
backup quarterback? Who's the backup quarterback?
for Green Bay,
No, for the Colts.
hell if I know, they traded Gardner Minshew to the fucking Raiders.
Joe Flacco.
Ooh.
they said if he go down, we trying to have that postseason magic.
Ooh, okay. Hey,
Joe Cool sitting on the bench. I seen the clip. The only reason I seen the clip of him throwing it 60 yards is because Joe Flacco was like, Jesus Christ, man, I don't think I've ever thrown a ball that far. I watched that motherfucker 25-yard line and hit fucking Torrey Smith stride for stride on the motherfucking 20.
oh, Torrey Smith, a very underrated menace in Baltimore.
I mean,
Oof.
So out to this, he played longer against us than he did with us.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Wow. Hey, the
Which
more
is
you
funny,
know.
because like Baltimore gives him so much rep. I mean, yes, he was a part of the year we won the Super Bowl. But when it was time, like when we were in our dog days and we needed him as a wide receiver and he left.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, come on, let's be honest though. Jacoby Jones was a real star at that wide receiver position.
Bro, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
What?
Bro, he averaged like 2 catches a game. Like he was not. He would have a pop play. Like in the Mile High game. How many catches did he have?
Mile High Miracle.
Yeah. How many catches did he have in that game? Look it up. Look up his stats from that game. He had way more return yards. I'll put it that way.
Ooh, all right, fair enough. I'm gonna look up those games and I'm gonna text you on the side when I'll look up those numbers.
He did return a touchdown in that game.
Yes, he did. Hell, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like his return yards are way more than his actual catches in his receiving.
I was gonna say, hell, he even could have given Devin Hester a run for his money.
Yeah, but he just had that one big catch for real in that game.
Yeah. All right, but speaking of the AFC South, we got the New York Jets going into Nashville, Tennessee to take on the Titans, who blew a 17-0 lead to the fucking Chicago Bears of all teams. I think this is a bounce-back win that the Jets need after losing to the San Francisco 49ers on Monday night.
Yeah, I'm going Jets. I'm going Jets.
Mm-hmm. All right, so next game up, we got the San Francisco 49ers who are about to expose the Minnesota Vikings and show why the Vikings win over the Giants really showed why the Giants just fucking suck. So I got San Francisco over Minnesota.
I'm not going to lie.
Now,
in San Francisco, okay?
Yeah.
But I think the 5 points is still being a little generous.
Yes, absolutely.
I think this is going to be a 3-point game. I think if you want to talk about a shootout, I think this is going to be the shootout.
Right okay, here. Fair enough.
Right here.
Speaking of shootouts, this game might be a good one. The Seattle Seahawks go into Foxborough, Massachusetts to take on the New England Patriots, who got a win over the fucking Bengals last week.
Look, I'm going to say this, okay? The Patriots are going to be better than you think they are.
I'll agree to that.
Okay? And whereas though I think this is a competitive game, Seattle has multiple people. They got Tyler Lockett. They got Metcalf. They got Smith. They got
Kenneth Walker in the backfield.
They got fucking hold on.
Go for it.
I got him pulled up. They got Noah Fant.
Yep.
All right. What is his name? I think it starts with like a C. It's a weird last name. The backup, it's in Seattle. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. I actually picked him up in fantasy league at the end of last year when Walker went down for a couple weeks. I picked him up and
Oh, I think I know. Hang on. Oh God, what's his name? Yeah, running back position, right?
yeah, for
All right.
Seattle.
Yep. There we go. Cabernet,
There you go.
Chardonnay. Look, I'm going off a wine name right now.
Listen. That's exactly who I was talking about.
Yep.
If you don't know now, you know. But no, I'm going with the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Okay, yeah.
They got enough weapons. Like I said, that Patriots defense looked pretty good. But now this is a pretty high, like you've got a nice offense right here.
Yeah,
It's a consistent offense.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go with consistent.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking
Bread and butter.
about a very underrated Seattle team that could potentially be a dark horse in the NFC come playoff time.
No, I mean Seattle is definitely going to be a contending team.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they're going to continue to gel throughout the season. I know they're going to have a couple losses, of course.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they might have a handful of losses, but even with a handful of losses, they still have opportunity. They could possibly make the playoffs, or they could only wind up with 3 or 4 losses. Like we don't know. I mean, but this is a good team. I just don't think the Patriots have enough offensively to do what they did to the Bengals.
Right.
It's
I was
a
even going to
much
say
better
now.
offensive team.
Don't get me wrong. I think New England is actually going to have a decent season this year.
Cleveland's not having a decent season. I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know. Listen, that defense is decent at best. That offense is going to take weeks to even start to kind of gel all the way.
Right.
It looked horrible. Okay. I'm sorry. Like Joe Burrow had that one really good season. What 3-4 years ago, homie? Like
Something like that. It was like a year or two ago where he beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl.
What has he done since then, though? What has he done?
Cut his hair and dye it.
I mean, for real though. Like
I agree.
What game are we on now?
All right, so we got a battle in the NFC East. The New York Giants go into Maryland to take on the Washington Redskins.
Ain't it funny how fucking the stadium's not in DC, it's in Maryland.
Yep. Hell, their headquarters is in fucking Virginia.
I know you're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the Commanders.
All right. I honestly might take the Redskins as well. It really all depends on how Daniel Jones is going to perform in this game. It's like, bro, you got paid for 4 years for $160 million. You better do something this game.
When's the last time you threw a touchdown?
The fuck if I know.
Exactly. I mean, it's Commanders. I mean, I know you're going for the Giants. I know that's your team, but yeah, I just don't see it, man. I don't. And Jalen Daniels, the man that kid's gonna run all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Anyway, so from one smart pick to another, we got the Chargers going into Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, where you can get 2 tickets, as Pat McAfee said, for $1.80. Now, those tickets better be front fucking row on the 50-yard line to where you can heckle the Carolina Panthers.
I will say this. I lived in North Carolina for a few years of my life. They have a lot of diehard fans, man.
Yeah.
They got a lot of diehards. I know they ain't been around real long, but neither have the Ravens, and here we are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, let's be honest here. Ain't no ticket in the NFL ever going to be no damn dollar.
That might be the cheapest seat. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm sure you'd have trouble giving them away at some point, but
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is this is going to be a good game, but the Chargers are definitely going to win by at least fucking a touchdown or two. Like,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
I think it's gonna be
And
a
the
good
fact
game.
that they're favored for 5 points,
Bro.
really?
J.K. Dobbins is going
Like,
to light them up. He's going to have over at least 70, but rushing and receiving yards. He's going to have over 70.
Like, did anybody at ESPN actually watch the game between the Chargers and Raiders and the Panthers and Saints? Like, the Chargers should be favored by more points than fucking 5.
I mean, the whole thing is exactly. Now, here's the whole thing. They could very well win fucking 6-23. Because I'm sorry. This defense is going to murder Bryce Young.
Oh, easily.
Listen to me. Bosa and Mac are just gonna keep going like that.
Yep. Or like Kevin Hart didn't get hard.
Like literally just coming around the edges.
Exactly. Oh man. All right. So Cleveland, after an embarrassing loss, well, looks like that the trade for Deshaun Watson really isn't paying off for them, because why would you give somebody a 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract and trade somebody away, being Baker Mayfield, who is actually thriving in Tampa Bay, only to get blown out by the Dallas fucking Cowboys in your home stadium? Now, Cleveland goes into Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. I got the Jaguars in this one. I'm sorry. Like, Cleveland is on the losing end of this trade because Baker Mayfield just somehow fit the Cleveland Browns. And much like he's doing in Tampa, he fits there for some odd reason.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Browns. I think
defense.
I mean, not just the defense. The defense is really gonna hold the Jaguars back. Now, on top of the defense, it's gonna turn around and it's gonna be. I mean, Deshaun Watson is gonna have a bounce back game. Now, do I think he's gonna throw for 300 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns? No, but he's going to throw for about 175 yards. He's going to rush for about 25 to 30 yards. He's going to throw a touchdown. They're going to have, at least 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns.
No, for sure. All right, so next game up, I think this is going to be a very physical battle. We got the Raiders going into Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
This should be a blowout. It says it's an 8.5 point game. This should be like a 2-3 touchdown separation game.
For sure.
Like, our defense should be able to hurt them. Okay, like we should be able to chew Gardner Minshew up and spit him out. But this is what I will say is, who was the quarterback that torched us last year with the fucking Colts? So this is a trap game, but I think this is a trap game that we're prepared for.
All right, that's fair.
Especially after the loss to Kansas City, no way we lose this game.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens as well.
This is our home opener. We are at home. Gardner Minshew, it's going to be so fucking loud.
Oh, easily.
So yeah, I'm going Ravens.
All right. Next game up, we got the Rams going into Glendale, Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cardinals. No offense, but not having Puka Nakua, having to play down.
Yeah,
and
that's definitely a big blow. Let's just hope that Kyler Murray can actually see that Marvin Harrison Jr. is actually open.
so the difference maker is Buda Baker, 100%.
Ooh, okay.
This is the difference maker in this game right here, because he's gonna play up close, and he's gonna know to play down in the zone. Now, is he going to have to run back some plays and cover? But yeah, but they're going to have another safety there dropping back, covering the back end. But I'm telling you, the slant plays, the underneath, I don't think he might not get the interception, but there's going to be an interception. Okay, Stafford's going to throw an interception.
Fair enough.
Not having Puka Nakua out there is going to be big. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're going to have to get a lot of hard third downs.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, Cooper Kupp he's good, but what Kyler Murray and the Cardinals showed me last week, that they went damn near bang for bang with Josh Allen and the Buffalo and the Bills, and look what the fucking Bills did last week. So you're telling me they hung the cusp with the Bills, and you're going to tell me they're going to go into the Rams, who just got beat by the Lions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, for some ungodly reason, when it came to overtime, David Montgomery decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to eat some Skittles, and I'm going to turn into Marshall and Lynch.
No. On top of that, now we're talking offensively, okay?
Yeah.
James Conner is going to have the biggest imprint on this. This is why they're going to win the game, because they're going to win time of possession. James Conner is going to get at least fucking 15 to 20 carries. On top of that, Kyler Murray is going to pitch the ball, throw the ball, whatever you want to call it, to him at least 3 to 5 times also. So that's another anywhere from 30 yards to 100 yards. Okay, and then he's got Dortch. Okay, he's got McBride.
Yeah.
Both of these guys got over 40 yards last week. I mean, like I said, he's got a nice little offense going on. The offensive line, it looks to be the best I've seen him have so far in his career.
Okay.
I think this team's on an upward trajectory, and I think this week they make a statement.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, the more you talk about it, the more that it makes sense. Speaking of making sense, this team has never had a losing season since this head coach since 3 head coaches that they've had. Pittsburgh goes into the Mile High City of Denver to take on the Broncos.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. I'll take Pittsburgh.
Championships, baby. Defense is going to kill them. Listen.
TJ Watt is going to have a fucking field day.
I got the bet in. I bet the under. I bet Bo Nix will not get not one passing touchdown.
Ooh, okay.
So let's
go.
Let's go Steelers defense.
All right. Now, we got a rematch of the, I want to say, 2022 AFC Championship as Cincinnati goes into Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City going to score early and often. It's going to be a runaway game. Like you think that you saw some pop plays last week. Worthy is going to explode off the screen.
Yes.
Rice is going to make a bunch of highlight plays.
Oh, yeah.
Kelsey's going to move change through the middle.
Yep.
I mean, it's and look, shout out to Gray, because Gray from last season to this season, he's just been more consistently in the rotation, and he is catching passes. So I also want to give him his due. And Pacheco, that's a bad mofo. That is a bad mofo.
It really is. It really is. All right, so for Sunday Night Football, we got the Chicago Bears going into Houston to take on the Texans.
Texans, baby.
Let's go. All right. And then Monday Night Football, we got the Atlanta Falcons going into Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
So Kurt Warner sucks in prime time, so I'm betting against him, and I'm going Eagles.
You mean Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, I said Kurt, right?
No, you said Kurt Warner.
Oh, Kurt Warner. Not Kurt Warner. Not Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner's the man. I love Kurt Warner.
Yep.
Kurt Warner was.
Hey, it is what it is. We all make mistakes, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. But that is all the topics that we have discussed for tonight. Big man, thank you for joining tonight. A pleasure to have you as always.
Thank you for having me here, man. I'm glad we could do this again.
Absolutely. I really hope that your parlays hit so you can quit your job and just put parlay bets on social media. Man, do your bets look good? I ain't even gonna lie.
Some of them do. Some of them do. The problem is, I do a whole bunch of parlays, and I share a few of the spicy ones, of course. But if I shared every bet that I play, and don't get it twisted. Dude, I'll put $5 in to win $52.
Sure.
I'm not sharing that though. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? That's not a bet to share. I won $52 off 5. But if I show you I won $600 off of $5, then you're like, oh, okay, look at there. Look at that.
Facts. Well, look, hey, I hope you have an awesome weekend this weekend, and I hope you have some fun. We got some college football going on tomorrow. We got UFC 306 live, the first pay-per-view event in the Sphere.
Oh, I shared my fight parlay with y'all in the group chat.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. And then, as usual, we got Sunday football, baby. Big man, enjoy the rest of your night.
Peace.
All right. Now, like I said, we got UFC 306, the first live pay-per-view event in the Sphere in Las Vegas, as Sean O'Malley defends his bantamweight title against Murad. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. However, I will be doing a live stream of UFC 306. Now, I am not in any way, shape, or form going to have the camera on the UFC fight itself, all right? I'm not trying to get in trouble for fucking copyright laws, okay? But look, the camera is going to remain on the moneymaker and moneymaker alone. You can't see me! But aside from that, tomorrow we got some college football. Sunday, we got NFL football. We got some amazing games for Saturday and Sunday. We got a UFC pay-per-view event for crying out loud. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. I'm going to enjoy some Friday Night SmackDown. It is a season premiere. What's up, man? Hoo-yah! Yeah! I'll tell you what I am going to do, though. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to log off. I'm going to go enjoy the season premiere of SmackDown on the USA Network. And man, oh man, Roman Reigns is back. Roman Reigns is here. He is going to speak right now, and we are going to hear what he has to say. And it wouldn't surprise me if he said, "Acknowledge me." Yeah, it is. Point your fingers to the sky, people, because the OG Tribal Chief is back. Now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of SmackDown. Like I said, I will be doing a UFC live stream event for UFC 306. On top of that, like I said, we got college football. Tomorrow, we got NFL football on Saturday. Mr. Cameron, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Having said that, I will see y'all next Friday. Peace out.